Hey everybody, once again, welcome to Joyfulness Productions. Once again, I am your host Joe, and thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to do a gear review on the Fender Acoustasonic Players Series acoustic electric guitar, which is obviously the Tele style. So before we get any further, please do me a favor. If you please like this video, share it around to your friends, and subscribe so that way you can be able to get tuned into every notification of every video that drops. Okay, so now let's go ahead, let's get right into it. Now, in full disclosure, just to let you know, this is not a paid video, okay? Fender did not send me this guitar, neither did they offer to me to do a review or a demo. To be honest with you, I bought this with my own money. And because I paid for this with my own money, that means all opinions are mine. Now, you could take my opinions with a grain of salt, but then again, with the satisfaction of this type of instrument, a lot of people were very happy with it. But as far as I'm seeing, I don't know if I've really seen any demos on it or any real demos on it, but with this guitar, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna demo it out. Now, the way I got this guitar was kind of a funny thing. Something you probably get to see, get to experience. I'm a bit of a weirdo, okay? So what I wanted this guitar, I said under certain circumstances that I would get this guitar. And it was kind of like a goal. I said, if this happens, I'm gonna get this guitar. Now, just kind of give you a little background. Obviously, I'm even though at the church that I was at for a while, I became a worship leader. But there was a church I was at before, and I was trying to help build up their worship team to no success. There's many reasons why. But anyways, when I got this acoustic guitar, when I wanted this guitar, I said, I'm gonna do it for under these circumstances. And what's the circumstance? That I'm able to be an integral part about it and able to use certain things to make this an actual live worship. I even told this to one sister in the church, and she's like, dude, stop with this obsession with guitars always. I mean, you got more things to worry about than this guitar. But I told him this guitar serves a dual purpose, so I can be able to use this guitar more often. Well, as I said, the goal that I wanted didn't quite succeed, but I decided to get it anyways because eventually it was going to do me some good. So when I bought it about a little over a year ago, and when I decided to lead worship at my friend's church last year, or a little over a year ago now, it really felt good. And I was like, wow, I was able to use that guitar for every service and being able to accommodate it in every single way possible. I've been able to use it with some performances, which I wish I had pictures for. But this guitar became very, very effective for me. And because of that, this guitar has been a very valuable tool. And I have used it in every way, not just in church services, but I also been able to use it on a second channel that I have, which is specifically geared for Christians as far as a resource is concerned. So I've been able to use that guitar in live performance and in recording, and it does exceptionally well. And I have no qualms with this guitar. I mean, just a little few setups here and there. Outside of that, this guitar came perfect from the factory. And just to kind of give it a little bit of a rough view, we're going to talk about it right now. Obviously, as you see, I got my Acoustasonic right here. But for avoid confusion and the slip of tongues or anything of that sort, what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer to one of the earliest models of the Fender Telecaster style acoustic, which was known as the Teleacoustic. So I'm going to refer to that a lot. So don't get confused, just follow me. Now, as you get to see right here, you see it has its headstock. You can see it has the typical rosewood fingerboard with the 21, 22 frets, I believe. Let's see, 12, 15, 17, 19. Got 22 frets. So, also you can see right here, It has a Fender noiseless Telecaster pickup right here. Now right here also you have the acoustic bridge right here, which is packed with the Fishman piezo pickup on it. Okay. Also you have your obviously your volume. Right here you have what you call your tone shaper. So whatever direction I turn it, it's going to give me a different tone for each of the positions I put this in. Now, obviously you got your three-way switch. Right here is your acoustic. Right here grabs both. And right here is your bridge. Now, the tone shaper affects the way the guitar sounds. So if I turn it all the way to the left, all the way to the right, should I say, if I turn it all the way to the right, it's going to give that typical natural Telecaster single coil sound because it's in the first position. Now, if I want to give it a little more beef and get a little more of a stacked humbucker out of it, I twist it all the way to the left, so it'll be good for rocking out. Now, in the middle position, it flips between the two, so you can be able to get a mix of both this one and this one right here, which comes out to a little bit of a lo-fi sound, or kind of a little more of a more muffled type or a smoldering type of acoustic guitar sounding, things like that. But if you put it right here, which is the all acoustic, if you twist it all the way to the right, it's going to give more of a parlor sound. It's going to be used more to give it more of that brightness to make it cut through. Now also right here, if you twist it all the way more, it gives it that acoustic kind of sound, that more full-body dreadnought. So when you have this guitar, it's very useful in many ways. It's very playable, and it's in tune in every key. There we go. Anyways, as you can see, it plays in tune in every key, which is amazing, especially when I first bought it for about $1,300. Obviously, it comes with its case. It comes with also a humidifier to kind of keep it nice, not to get all sweaty and stuff. Because remember, these guitars are organic, so they will live and they'll breathe. And unfortunately, they'll become bent out of shape, if you know what I mean. Well, as probably, I know there was some that are talked about it. Now, probably thinking, well, how'd you know about this guitar? Were you just kind of expecting it? And I said, well, let's just say I want to give a shout out to Robert Baker for talking about this. So, not to go any further, let's go ahead, let's get into it. Now, as you're going to see here, I have my acoustic. I also have my Bezos drive pedals. I don't know if you can see them on the video, but you also got right here, I got my Bulgara amp. Okay, this is the G5 with, it's supposed to be modeled after the HT's Black Star amps. Also right here, I got my cabinet, which is a Bulgara 212 TS with the turbo sound speakers in it. Now, I know there's been a lot of issues regarding where tone actually comes from. I still agree and believe that tone actually comes, ultimately is translated through the speakers. So we'll save that debate for another day. However, the reason why I have this plugged in to this amp, obviously I haven't played it in a while, but, and also I just got this cabinet recently. So as you can see, a matching pair. The one thing why I'm using this amp, because according to Fender, according to what's been said to a lot of people, when it comes to the guitar sound, it's, somebody, the acoustic is supposed to play through some bit of the acoustic sound can come out through a regular guitar amp. Mainly, a lot of people said that it can be used with the deluxe reverb, so because it has a little bit more of a different sound to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this guitar using this amp, which is a closed back, because the deluxe reverbs and all these other combos, they have an open back, so it's going to come out a little bit more mids and stuff like that. This one's more closed back, so it's going to have a little bit more of a warmer sound. So just to kind of sample through some of the sounds that we're going to see here. Obviously, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the total clean sound with the pickup in bridge number 1. So this is going to be like the Telecaster sound right here to it. So as you can see, it has that electric sound to it. Now, if I turn a little bit more, now as you can see, now single, then go back to the. So as you can see, it has a little more of a fuller sound. Now we're going to put it in the two position. So obviously this will be the. And turn it to the acoustic. So as you get to hear it, the combination kind of makes it a little different. So now right here I get someone in the middle. So it has a little bit more of a smoldering sound, like I would call it. Now, the next thing we're gonna do, now we're gonna go to the acoustic. So here's the parlor sound. Now here's the full-out dreadnought sound. So after I've been playing with this through this amp to kind of get more of that sparkly acoustic sound to it, I kind of turned back just a little bit, so it kind of has a little more of that full bodiness that it still has of a dreadnought, but at the same time with the brightness of a parlor. So when you play it through a straight amp, you really don't need to lug around an extra acoustic amp. But obviously, if I was there to build another rig, if I was to build another pedal board, I would obviously make this a 2-amp setup in a sense. What do I mean? I would use my drive pedals for this, but have have a channel switcher where I can flip directly into a board and get the authentic acoustic sound that I've been looking for. So it can be able to split up and get whatever tone you need to get. Now, let's go ahead, let's put some drive sounds to it. Now, as you guys have got to hear this by itself with guitar effects and being able to hear it through an amp and how it would sound. Now, some of you are thinking, well, how would this sound in a mix? I know some people say, why do you want to hear it sound in a mix for? You know, it's meant for performance. Well, like I said, I've been able to use this in recording as well. So right here is the video that I've done with this guitar, you know, and having put it with a mix and being able to use it with drums and stuff like that. So here it is. Now, obviously, when it comes to this guitar, there's a lot that can be said about it. Obviously, I love it. I mean, I'm kind of shocked the way, because I'll be honest with you. This guitar is one of my go-to guitars, you know, and this made me more of a Tele fanboy, as some people would say, and it has solidified the way I play. It's allowed me to be more versatile. It not only just to be able to play leads on it and stuff like that, or being able to play little single lines, but being able to flip between acoustic and electric without having to have a separate acoustic or a separate electric tied to me, or anything that could be known as cumbersome. So again, you guys, tell me what you think. Again, like this video, share it, and subscribe. That way we can be able to keep this conversation going, and that we can be able to talk about more of stuff, not just only about gear review, but also about other stuff that could also be pertinent to being a musician. So until next time, peace out.